Hello, boys, girls, and squirrels. My name is Daniel, and I'm a composer who produces, mixes, and masters my own music. So if you're a songwriter or a composer and you're mixing and producing your own music, this is the channel that's going to help you take your game to the next level. So today, I am looking at a brand new plugin from a company called Acustica Audio, and they're calling this plugin the Silver Volume B. It's a reverb plugin, and it's of note to me for two main reasons. Number one is because this is an emulation of the old EMT 240 plate reverb, which is a highly sought after plate reverb that's been used on countless recordings and is very well loved by many mix engineers. So if they can nail down this sound, and it's a great emulation of this, this could be a really cool plugin. The number two reason this plugin is of note is because of the price. Right now it's going for 29 euros, which is about 35 American dollars. So I had to check this plugin out, and I'm going to switch over to my other screen. I have 5 things that I want to run through this today, and I want to give you an idea of what this might sound like in your own productions. So I have 5 things I'm going to run it through. Before I do that, I need to take you over to their website, and this is what it says about this on their website. It says the Silver Volume B includes 15 different emulations from a vintage stereo plate reverb under the name/category Ebony 240. So inside the plugin, the presets that are the EMT 240 presets are under the name Ebony 240. It goes on to say this Ebony 240 emulation recreates a vintage true stereo plate reverb unit, famous for being a newer and smaller size version of its big brother, the 140 plate reverb. It was designed in the 70s for recording studios that could not afford the space for the giant 140, but didn't want to compromise on reverb quality. So there's a couple things I need to mention, and then I'll start playing some examples for you, and we'll go over to the session. The first thing I want to mention is this. You do not have to have the Silver Volume A, which was released previous to this plugin. You do not have to have that plugin to use this one. That's great news because the Volume A is actually quite a bit more expensive than this plugin. Number two is, although you don't have to have Volume A, you do have to have the free version of the Silver plugin, and I'll have a link to that in the description. So let's go over to our session. And I have 5 things that I want to run through this unit today. And the first 2 things I'm running through it is a snare drum, and the second one is toms, and I have a tom fill that we're going to run through it. So let me play you first the snare dry, and then I'll pop in the reverb. Now here's with reverb. Now, to me, that's a great sound. It's kind of gritty. It's a short reverb, which is what I like for snares, especially in rock mixes, pop mixes. I want just a short reverb there. And it's got that gritty tail, which probably is going to help it cut through the mix. So for me, that's a win. Great sound on snare. And this is kind of what my first thought for this type of plugin is, what is it going to sound like a short smack on a snare? And for me, it sounds amazing on snare. So let's go over to the toms. So here's the toms dry, and then I'll pop in that reverb. Okay, now with reverb. So to me, that sounds great. I'd probably tweak it a little bit. That's the exact same setting I used on the snare, so I'd probably tweak it a little bit, but that sounds awesome, and that's just the preset. If I could show you here the plugin, if you click up here in the left-hand corner, this shows you your presets, and this is just the Ebony 240 time 2, which is not quite the shortest, but it's the second shortest impulse, and to me, that sounds really great. So now moving on to the third example. Now examples, I should mention examples 3 through 5. The next 3 examples are a different setting. So it's the Ebony 240. If you go again up to the left, top left, it has all these settings, time 1 through 14, and then it has a large setting, which is a longer decay than all the times 1 through 14s. And that's what I used for this example that I'm going to show you for the next 3 examples. So I have a guitar lick. Let me show you that guitar lick dry, and then I'll pop in the reverb. Okay, in. Great decay. I hope you're listening on some good speakers or some good headphones. Love it. It's a great sound. Again, it has like a grittiness to it to me. I've never spent time with a real 240, but this has a nice gritty tail. That sounds really good to my ears. So the next thing I have to show you and to run through it is a vocal example. So this is just a little vocal line, and I'll play that dry, and then I'll pop in the reverb. Your life is just beginning. Your life is just beginning. Okay, now here's with the reverb. Your life is just beginning. Your life is just beginning. Again, great sound. I'd probably tweak it a little bit. It sounded a little bit better on the guitar than on the vocal to me, but I think with a little tweaking, it would sound amazing on that vocal too. It already sounds great. Last example I have is a piano. And so this piano, I just played some simple chords just so you could get an idea of what it would sound like on a piano. So first dry. Now with the reverb. One more time. All right, so is this plugin a big dud or a big winner? In my book, it's a big winner. Great price, great sound. I've just started playing with it. One of the things that impresses me right off the bat is its ability to do a really short reverb like on the snare that sounded great, and also a big, huge reverb like on the piano and on the vocal that really gave it that otherworldly texture. I love the grittiness that it has in it, and I think it's a big winner. So even if you don't want to spend the money to get this plugin, go to Acustica Audio's website and get the free version. They've got some other impulses in there that are absolutely free. I'll have that link in the description, as well as the link to the Silver Volume B that I showed you today. So I hope you liked this video. I hope it was helpful to you, and I hope it gave you an idea of how this could work in your own productions. Do me a favor and like this video if this was helpful, and subscribe to this channel, and make sure you turn on the bell for notifications so that you'll know when my next video is coming out. So I hope this was useful to you, and signing off. We'll see you in the next video.